Hey, hello and welcome to the show. It is time for JP's product pick of the week. And it's me, JP, and I'm right here and you're right there. So let's get on with it. Thanks everyone for stopping by. First of all, if you're wondering where the chat is happening, if you're somewhere on Twitch or Facebook or a place like that and there's no real signs of life in the chat, head over to our Discord. It's adafruit.it/Discord. Head to the live broadcast chat channel, and right there you'll see we've got people checking in. So hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by. Hey there, Scott and C. Grover, Paul, Jepler, DJ Devin, Yenisku, Mike P, Susan, hello. Also, I am keeping an eye over on our YouTube chat, and there I'll say hi to John O and Tackle the World, and Evil Dave of Canada. Welcome, and thanks for stopping by. So the next thing I'll do is point you at this URL, because for the product pick of the week this week, if you go to that QR code or use this URL, you can watch this show from inside that little product page, and you can get a 50% discount on this week's product pick just by putting it in your cart. You don't need a coupon code or anything like that. You don't have to solve a puzzle, pick apart a puzzle box and accidentally open a Hellgate, nothing like that. You don't have to do that. I am still in the Halloween mood, you may notice. All you gotta do is put it in your cart and buy it before the show is over or a little grace period after the show, because we just have knocked the price down. It is half off. Let's see. The next thing I'll do is give you a little glimpse of this product peak when, or this product pick rather, a peek at the pick when Lady Ada first announced it. So take it away, Lady Ada.
The new updated Feather ESP32-S3. Now you might be thinking, hey, wait, this sounds so familiar. Didn't you put this in the store like a month ago? Yes, we did have a Feather ESP32-S3 in the store. The one that we put in a few weeks ago was the one with 8 megabytes of flash and 0 megabytes of PSRAM. And this one, if you stop and look at the back here, this one has 4 megabytes of flash and 2 megabytes of PSRAM. So basically, half as much flash, but a ton more SRAM or PSRAM that you can access. So this Feather, basically this version of the memory configuration wasn't available until now. We recently just got this shipment in of modules, so we could make this version of the Feather. This Feather is going to be a lot better for use with CircuitPython, which uses RAM to store code in, or any Arduino project or ESP-IDF project where you want a really big buffer of memory. Let's say you're downloading an MP3 from the internet or an image, and or you're doing camera stuff, and you want to buffer an entire frame in memory. It does have 512K of SRAM, but that SRAM goes very fast when you're using SSL and Wi-Fi. So that PSRAM can be really good. You want to do emulation, you want to do I2S audio buffering, you want to, have, again, camera stuff, you want to do, double buffered graphics using the S3 TFT driver. The PSRAM version is where it's at. If you don't care too much about whether you have PSRAM or not, then the 8 megabyte flash could give you more storage space, more flash space. So we have both available for the Feather. Otherwise, it's basically the same board as the Feather ESP32-S3. You've got the module, you've got a boot button and a reset button. You got a STEMMA QT port for connecting up our sensors, USB-C for data and power programming, native USB. The ESP32-S3 is a dual-core, 240 megahertz Tensilica processor. It's got Wi-Fi, it's got BLE, it's very fast. Battery charging built in, battery monitoring built in. Feather layout, just compatible with all the Feathers you know and love. It's a great little Feather. And now it just has PSRAM. So, especially for people who want to use CircuitPython, I recommend this one because CircuitPython, you can load so much code into the PSRAM that you have available on this board.
Yes, indeed, that is it. That's it. In fact, right there, I've got one, and this is it. Let's talk about this. So my product pick of the week this week is the Feather ESP32-S3 with 4 megabytes of flash and 2 megabytes of PSRAM. This is a familiar feather format, so you can use all of the different feather accessories, feather wings and such that you want to. It also has a Stemma QT connector mounted right there, right on top. Let me switch cameras out, in fact. And so right there, you see I've got the little Stemma QT connector. I'll do a little demo for you in a second. That means you can hook up lots and lots of different types of inputs and sensors to this, which is really convenient because this has Wi-Fi. The ESP32-S3 has Wi-Fi capabilities, which means it's a really great IoT board. You can use it with Adafruit I/O, you can use it with Whippersnapper, a whole bunch of other services, but it's a really convenient board for plugging a sensor in and getting info out to the internet at large. It's got USB-C on it, which I love, used for both programming and power, as well as for charging LiPo batteries over the little LiPo charging circuit it has on there. It has BLE, so Bluetooth Low Energy, on it, and it is great, as Lady Ada said, for the ESP IDF, for Arduino, and for CircuitPython. And I wanted to show you a couple of little demos with it. But before I do that, actually, let's take a look at the site. So if you jump over here, you will see that we have got this for an incredible price. Whoops, what happened? Come back here. There it is. We have this for half off just now, just during the show. So it is $8.75 US to get one of these boards. You can get, I believe, up to 10 of them is the limit. Find my web page. It disappeared. Come back here. There it is. Limit of 10. Yeah, max 10 per customer. And you can see there is another option on this one. That one's actually out of stock right now, so you probably won't have any trouble getting the right one here. This one is the one with 4 megabytes of flash and 2 megabytes of PSRAM. And if you take a look at, let me jump to, oh, hey, come back there. Things blinking on off. Let's take a look at this demo, in fact. So what I'm going to do is bring up both my overhead here. There we go. So you can see my board. And what I'm going to do is plug a couple things into it. So one, you can see I have a temperature and humidity sensor. This is the SHT40, and that runs over I2C on this Stemma QT connector. So I'm going to plug that right there like that. And remember, plug these in before you power them up with I2C. Otherwise, you can confuse the board. And now I will power it up. In this case, I'll just use this battery. And you'll see it's going to do some little blinkies for me. It's going to tell me that it's booting up. It's going to turn blue as it tries to access my Wi-Fi using the Wi-Fi connection. My Wi-Fi, yeah, you see it's blinking there. It might have a trouble with this because my Wi-Fi that it's set for is actually the one back in my studio inside, so it might not connect to the one out here. We'll see. If it goes green, if we get a few little quick green blinks, hey, that's good. Okay, so it's connected. Now the code that this is running, you can see here I have up this Whippersnapper page. So Whippersnapper is a really easy way to get IoT programs going, or IoT projects going. Allows you to essentially do no coding. You can pick a board, you can pick the types of sensors that you want. It'll even scan your I2C for you. Add those and then create a connection to your Adafruit I/O page. In this case, you can see I have a little graph here of, I was checking the temperature starting yesterday through to this morning. So this was actually every 30 seconds, which was kind of a little faster than I probably should have been, but I forgot to change that back after testing. And it's also doing the same with humidity. I think I'm graphing that every 5 minutes. And, oh wait, I think I showed the wrong one. Let's go back. Here's temperature. Come back, temperature. Yeah, there's the temperature. You can see that getting a little cooler through the night. And you can also put these on dashboards. So here's a typical Adafruit I/O dashboard with my little sensor and ESP32-S3 sending info. Now, this is, since it's the ESP32-S3 with the dual cores on it, has the two 250 megahertz Tensilica processors on it. And we just happen to have our own Jeff Epler, who was willing to refactor some code that was a project getting ESP32 to run Doom. He updated this for Phil B's Don't Eat the Candy Bar running Doom project. And then he updated it again for me to be able to run it on this gorgeous display. In fact, let me go full screen with this. I'll turn that off there. So here you can see I've got my ESP32-S3 plugged into a tripler, and then I've got that hand wired right now to a little breakout for iSpy, and then that means I can use this nice iSpy ribbon cable and plug that into the back of this board here, which is nice, a nice way to do it. Keeps your project a lot neater. I'm really a fan of iSpy. Can't wait to see it on our boards proper. But this is not a video, this is not a GIF, this is actually Doom running in real time on the board. I can't play it, but it's playing itself. It's running through demo loop. But that's kind of amazing. That gives you an idea of the type of power that you have on this board. And if you want, you can go and head over to our chat. Jeff is there if you have any questions about coding this or other questions in the deeper details of this. He's got a lot of experience with it now. So thank you, Jeff, for allowing us to have a nice little Doom attract loop running on this great little rounded rectangle TFT. Let's see, what else is there to say? If you want to, head over to our Learn Guide. That'll also answer some questions about the board. Bring up that page myself. So Kattni wrote this guide. This is on the ESP32-S3, both the 8 megabyte no PSRAM version and the one we're looking at here today, which is the 4 megabyte of flash, 2 megabyte of PSRAM. And this will take you through all of the details on it, the pinouts, which is very helpful, so you know what pins do what. It also has the power management section that'll let you know different ways to power it. And then we have examples here of setting it up to use with CircuitPython and some essential examples that you can grab. And then there's also a section on the Arduino IDE, using that for that with some Wi-Fi tests. A really nice way to get your feet wet doing Wi-Fi on the microcontroller. This will take you through that. And we have this whippersnapper set up here, which tells you how to get set up, thanks to Brent and the team there for putting that together to make it really easy to get going with IoT projects. Yeah, someone in the chat mentioned that this board may be overkill for some sensor projects, but yeah, you definitely have a lot of power left over depending on what you want to do with that. Also, you can use the Adafruit I/O and Whippersnapper bidirectionally, so you can have code that you launch from your dashboard run over Wi-Fi to the device, over to your ESP32-S3, and it will enable things like flipping relays and doing other things on the other end. So let's see, anything else? Let me see if we've got any other questions. If you take a look at our chat here, you can see Jeff. Thank you. Jeff's answering some questions. Let's see. Let me see if he answers anything about this. Questions about Flash and PSRAM. Yeah, one question was, how do you access the PSRAM? It's actually accessed automatically in CircuitPython. You don't have to do anything special to use it. And let's see, in C, there's some ways of accessing them for reading and then writing Flash, which is different. Any other questions? Let's see. Yeah, if you want to load Doom, you can check in the chat there. Jeff posted a bin file, and you'll use the web-based ESP flashing tool. And that's you can find out about that on either the Learn Guide for it, or head over to circuitpython.org and look at the downloads. It'll tell you how to use the web flasher. And let's see, what else? Yeah, lots of other info about the Doom there, which is incredible. People really like that. The display I'm using here for this right now, this is a TFT. It's a 1.69 inch. Oh, I'm not showing it. I'm talking about it, and I'm acting like you can see it. Hold on. Let me show this, because this thing is cool. Get that out of the way there. So this one is our 1.69 inch TFT with the rounded rectangle. It's a 240 by 280 pixels, I believe. Yeah, 230. Sorry, 240 by 230, almost a square. It has that nice sort of reminiscent of a 4x3 display, so it looks like an old CRT is why I wanted to use it for this. And this is with the ST7789 chip on it. So it also has a micro SD card. And by the way, the ribbon cable going to this iSpy standard, that also allows the SD card info to flow back and forth. So this can be used both for display and SD card over that one ribbon. But yeah, more than enough power on the Feather ESP32-S3 to drive a real-time Doom experience. And oh, look at that screen. I love that. Looks really good. So I think, unless there's any other questions we can handle, I think that's going to do it. So head back on over here if you want to get them. I think we probably still have them in stock. Let me just double check that. That web page likes to hide. Let's have a look. Still in stock, yeah. Okay, so head, whoops, sorry, flipped my camera too quick there. My broadcast software is lagging behind a little bit. Let's see, someone asked, oh, okay, before we go, someone asked, do you know about powering it from AAA batteries? Yeah, you should be able to power it, yes, you don't want to try to charge them, so don't plug it into USB and alkaline batteries is what I tend to use for this. Nickel metal hydride also works well for some projects. You can use, I believe, 3 or 4. So as long as you're somewhere between our LiPo specification, which is about 4 volts, 3.7 on the lower end, up through to about 6 volts, you can use AA and AAA batteries for that as well. Do I have a set? I don't think I have an easy setup to plug into it right now to try that. Do I? Oh, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see. Oh no, none of these battery packs have a JST connector on them that I have sitting right in front of me. Sorry about that. I would love to have done that live, but yes, I've done it. We sell battery packs that have the. Wait, what about this one? Yeah, here's one. Okay, let's do it. Why not? Okay, live demo gets liver. So right here, this is a 3 AAA. Now let's see if I can find 3 AAAs. I wish I had found a AA pack because that's what I have a lot of. Hold on one second. Oh wait, I may have found a AA pack. Here we go. Are you? You are. Okay, good. Here's a AA, 3 AA. Same with AAA. They do the same thing. It's just AA's last longer. It's just the amount of amp hours embedded in there. All right, so let's take 3 batteries here. Hope I'm right, but this is the way to find out. Don't know if this one has an on-off. It does. Okay. Okay, it's in the on position. Let's turn that to off. So I'm going to unplug USB power. I'm going to plug the JST connector and flip this on. Oh, okay. Does it not? Was this something that... Is this a known thing? I don't know why that wouldn't work. I have those all improperly. It looks like it's trying. I see... Oh, there it goes. I don't know why. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, maybe that was just a ghost. But yeah, here we are running off of... You can run off of LiPos. You can run off of AA or AAA alkaline. 3 or 4 would be a good amount. But yeah, you don't want your USB plugged in during that. All right. Anything else? I think that should cover it. Really cool board. This one, by the way, you'll see here, if I unplug it, I just have it... I just have that set into one of our triplers, so that can be unplugged and placed back in there. So it's a nice way to experiment with these without committing it to a sort of permanent home. All right, well, I'm going to unplug this here, and let's wrap this up. So don't forget, you can head over here to that URL right there. That's going to get you the 50% discount right now. Just throw it in your cart. Don't need a coupon code. Buy it. It's yours at this great, great price. And I'll wrap this up. So thanks, everyone, for stopping by. This is my product pick of the week this week. It is the ESP32-S3 Feather with 4 megabytes of flash and 2 megabytes of PSRAM. And yes, I'm using a Stemma QT object here as a hanger because That's convenient. All right, thanks everyone for stopping by. For Adafruit Industries, I'm John Park. This has been JP's Product Pick of the Week, and I love candy corn.